The storm is still a Category 1 storm, but it's got an incredibly low central pressure. 951 is the pressure. And, you know, one thing that happens when people are going into these types of events is they compare what happened in the past to what's going to happen. And they might think, well, gosh, I've been through a Category 1 hurricane. I lived in this area. I've lived in this area for years and years and years. So I know what that's all about. But you don't know what that's all about in this case, because this storm really belies its category. It's much more than a Category 1 storm. It's very, very large. It's going to be a very long-lasting event. And this pressure is really a measure of the amount of energy that is in the atmosphere at this time. So comparatively, you can get a hurricane with a pressure in the low 990s. And when you get down into the low 950s, some of the great storms in history have been in that range. For example, Hurricane Ike back in 2008 also had a pressure in the low 950s, and the models are suggesting that the pressure could get even lower. So this is a tremendous storm. I want to show you the area of strong winds. So this is a big part of what we're concerned about. That's already now coming into the Delmarva, even though it's a long, long way from the center of the storm. Then by tomorrow morning, we're thoroughly into the storm along the 95 corridor. High wind warnings in effect from Boston down through the tri-state area into Philly and into D.C. Don't think that what you're getting on Monday morning is the way that it's going to be. It's going to get worse. It's going to really step up through the afternoon and through the evening hours. We start to get into hurricane force wind gusts, and that could be a real problem in these major metros, especially as you go up, you get up in elevation, you get up to the level of high rises, and the winds will get even stronger at that level. And this is going to go on for a long period of time. These high wind warnings extended for 36 hours. Hurricane force winds possible for 36 hours there in Philadelphia and Atlantic City, where the center of the storm comes on shore. And all while this is going on, it's going to be pushing the water against the coast.
As the surf picks up and Hurricane Sandy barrels north from the Caribbean, residents are bracing for a rare superstorm. One that could cause havoc from the East Coast to the Great Lakes. Forecasters say Sandy could affect 50 to 60 million people, perhaps even more.
It's all hands on deck for us. You know, managers, supervisors, everybody out here.
Forecasters say what makes this storm so dangerous is it is coming at the tail end of the hurricane season and the start of the winter storm season. And governors from North Carolina to Connecticut have already declared states of emergency. Experts say the storm will most likely hit the southern New Jersey coastline by late Monday or early Tuesday.
My major concern right now is the wind.
I got water, I got gas can, batteries. My wife's in line for a generator just in case. So.
Delaware has ordered mandatory evacuations for coastal communities. New Jersey plans to close its casinos over the weekend. And half a dozen states are warning residents to prepare for several days of lost power. Ed Donahue, The Associated Press.
That water is piling up now along with all that wave action. That's what's headed for the coastline. And because of the nature of the coastline, this could be very bad indeed in New York City. Because of this L shape, the water sort of converges there, which maximizes the potential. It'll be coming up through the Raritan Bay, then getting into New York Harbor, and also coming down Long Island Sound. Now, we had a 4.5-foot surge in Irene. This could actually top that, and we came very close to causing major transportation problems there in New York City. You know, if you get enough water in these subways, these subterranean tunnels, you got a lot of wiring in there. You get seawater in there. You can't use that wiring anymore. It's got to be ripped out, and that can take weeks.
It rusts.
Yes.
And then it becomes completely unusable.
Exactly.
It could, I mean, would you anticipate then a significant impact to the transit system in New York?
If we get that flooding in the subways, you've got 8 million people who use that every day. And this could be amazing if that happens.
What would have to happen, though, is the center would have to make a landfall, likely in New Jersey. Though,
yes, on the central coast of New Jersey, piling up all that water. And the thing is, it'll continue even after the storm moves in. This is Tuesday morning, by the way. Look at this. I mean, this is unbelievable. You can see the outline of the United States right through here. Look at the area of strong wind extending up into Canada, out to Wisconsin, down through the southeast, and covering the entire eastern seaboard. That gives you a sense of just how incredibly large. Now here's a look at the timing of everything. This is Sunday. The wind's increasing to 25 to 45 miles per hour through the day today. Winds gusting to 60 miles per hour plus. And then tomorrow is going to be the big day, and it's going to get a lot worse through the day tomorrow. So don't think if you go out tomorrow morning and you're wondering whether to go to work, it's okay. Maybe I can make it. It's going to get a lot worse through the course of the day.